the guy that we talked to he gets it, and he has the least amount of hoops that we've ever had to jump through talking to lenders.
Yep.
So it's, and then once you have a relationship built up, then it's just a point of, we just send him, here's another one we bought, here's the address, here's the amount we like to pull out. And he knows that we're making good deals and they're going to be well within his risk tolerance.
And what is that risk tolerance?
Well, if we can get something typically in Fargo-Moorhead here, the tax assessed value will be about 10 to 15% below the market value of a property. So if we can buy a property for 80% of tax assessed value, he has no problem giving us that amount of money because he knows he's still a good 20 to 30 below market value.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's probably
pretty easy.
Important to note that, I mean, this is something, a relationship that's been built up over the past 2 years. I mean, for him to get this comfortable, but we've heard time and time again by other podcasts and training material, it's those local banks with that local, more intimate relationship that you're going to get this type of return and relationship built up. We haven't had a lot of success with the larger banks and corporations
because they do everything, they write everything in-house, they make all the underwriting decisions in-house, and they hold the loans, they don't sell them off, so they're not having to check a bunch of boxes that Wells Fargo or Bank of America would require you to do in order to sell the loan. And I think the terms are, I don't even remember, they're like 4 point something percent amortized over 20 years with a 5-year balloon. Pretty typical.
Yep. On single family homes, the 5-year balloon.
Yep.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on doing that type of loan versus 30 years? Yeah.
That was just what was offered to us, so we didn't really have a choice. But honestly, the average length, and we were just discussing this with him the other day, the average length of a loan in this type of situation is about 3.5 years. So typically we'll have either sold it, maybe wholesaled it to another investor, sold it to an occupant, or rolled it into something else. Rarely does the 5-year mark ever get hit. And if it does, we just re-up. People tend to get scared of balloons, like, oh my God, I'm going to have to come up with $100,000 all of a sudden one day. And really, that's not a reason to stop, because it's a lot easier to reorganize debt that exists on properties you own than it is to acquire a new property. So we'd much rather, it's not that we don't consider it a problem, but we'd much rather have that problem, if you want to call it a problem.
Sure.
Of just reshuffling the debt 5 years down the road.